It's an honor for me to be here and receive this Impact Award. For me, for Aarti Home, Aarti family. And it's a great privilege that I'm able to share my story. Story of this long journey towards ending or eradicating female foeticide, infanticide and abandonment of girl child. Can you imagine a one-day-old child, one-day-old girl being abandoned at your doorstep? Can you imagine a woman who is pregnant and then warned by the family, look, you cannot get home if it's a girl. And she having to choose between the older two girls and the newborn baby. Can you imagine a pregnant woman who has to kill her baby in the womb itself, who is forced to kill? No, all this is not imagination. These are facts. 20 years ago, I saw a 2-year-old child, 2-year-old girl, abandoned girl on the streets, and then brought her home and said, kept her for a month, and then said, called all my friends, let's do something. Yes, everybody supported me. They said, okay Sandhya, lead, you lead, we'll follow. I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised. But there's so many more kids, girl children, who are on the roads, who have been abandoned. Thus Aarti Home was born. Every day we see women abandoning their girls at a doorstep just because they are ill. We see women abandoning their girls at a doorstep because they can't afford them. We see women abandoning their girls at our doorstep because they are abused and killed. We see girls abandoning at our doorstep just because they are girls. So, from one girl, it became 5 girls, 10, 50, 100, 300. So now 300 girls call Aarti Home their home. Apart from the short-term shelter we have given for 1,000 girls. Then we thought we needed education. We were sending all these children to the schools in the community. But over the years, what happened was, we got girls who are from different backgrounds. That is sexually abused, physically abused, and emotionally, psychologically. They are abused at every single point. And they were not able to integrate into the mainstream schools. So we had to start our own Aarti school. And once we started, we opened it to the needy children outside who cannot afford decent education. Then we thought, okay, not just 320 children, we need to spread the message to so many other children. So we made the school as a base, a platform, and then started different programs for students, women, youth, inter-school competitions, open forums, and focusing on girl-child issues. So, to give you an example, one day, during the Girl Child Day, National Girl Child Day, one 11-year-old boy came onto the stage and said, I promise to go Aarti way. And I thought we are on the right path. So spreading awareness is the main thing. and conversations spread. And then, okay, we are seeing so many abandoned children, taking care of the abandoned children. Why are the mothers so helpless, leaving their children with tears of helplessness? Why can't they stand up and say, no, I don't want the community or the family to treat my body as a machine. I don't want to abandon my girl, even if it's a girl child, the third girl child. Why can't they stand up and say, no, we will not. It is enough. Why can't they do that? Yes. Depressingly, the same reasons. They are financially dependent, no social status, and lack of knowledge about health and hygiene, lack of knowledge about their rights, everything. It's so depressing to see women so helpless and full of tears. Then we thought, okay, let's empower the mothers. Then the story began. We started with a small village. And in that village, there was initial reluctance. But it took one brave woman to break the mold, and everybody followed. And we had skill development courses coupled with legal awareness camps, health knowledge camps, health issues, everything together we had. And also went to the one by one, one woman at a time, we went to their houses, knowing if she's pregnant and then she wants to abort or maybe abandon. Then we went to their houses with a personally we went and then counseled them. That really worked. Counseling on a personal level worked a lot. And they used to keep the baby. Once we counseled, the parents, the elders of the family, they keep their daughter. Once the daughter is born, seeing the baby's face, which is burn of joy, everybody would love the baby. So mostly abandonment comes down. So these are the programs which really helped a lot. And thanks to WLW, when I came in 2008, I thought the vision should broaden. And then from 50 villages, the conversation spread to 200 villages. And the conversations, believe me, can change the attitudes. Surely, they can change the attitudes. So many people, they heard about the stories of Aarti Home children. And along with all these programs, the Aarti Home children were growing up to be professionals and to be confident women, and they were growing up and they were getting married without dowries. That was a big thing. When they got married without dowries, the conversation spread. And we thought, okay, that is the key. Key is the conversations. My vision became big. So I thought, okay, we have to broaden the vision, to take it to the state, take it to the country level, and then, okay, the change of attitudes were there. Then after I came back from WLW, lot of programs were initiated. I learned to ask. I wanted to ask the administrator, politicians, gynecologists, radiologists, and most of all the media. And then we had number of programs who would come together along with the women, open forums, and then I made them promise that they will value the girl child. I made the gynecologists promise that they will not do abortions on the gender basis. I made radiologists promise that they will not reveal the sex of the baby. I made the journalists, the media promise that they will give this a priority in their media. And I made the women promise that they would take care of their babies in their home. And they would treat the girls and boys on the same level. To tell you a small story, to endorse it, I just want to tell you a small story about one girl. In 2010, a girl called me and said, a 14-year-old girl, 14 and a half, she said, I got 98% in my 10th class board exams. I said, congrats, but I want to study, Amma. Okay, we'll support you. But she said, no, I got married 2 years back with a 40-year-old man. And then he went to Middle East and he's back now knowing that I'm going to study further. He wants to make sure that I will not. I said, bring your mother. And she came with her mother. And then I told, 12 years, there is a law that you should not get married before 18 years. All the laws in India are in place. No child marriages, no domestic violence. There is a law against dowry harassment. All the laws are in place. PNDT, you cannot abort on the basis of the gender. Everything is in place. So I said, okay, you come. And then the girl, the mother was going on telling me, see, she wants only to study. She doesn't want to work. She wants to do this, and she only, that's her priority. And she's not adjusting. And the other girls who got married at 12, they're already having 2 children. As though it's a great thing, and what she is doing is a crime. That's what she meant. So I counseled them, sent them back, and asked them to talk to the whoever in-laws. And of course they spoke and they came back. But the sad thing is, after a week they came back. She came back saying she's been abused. She was beaten by the husband. She was beaten physically and emotionally. She was tortured, and she came running to Aarti Home again. Then her mother realized her mistake. But now, see what she is. I just want to show you a 3-minute video of what she is.
నాకు అసలు మ్యారేజే ఇష్టం లేదు మేడం. కానీ మా బ్రదర్ ఫోర్స్ చేశాను మేడం. చదువుకోవాలని చాలా చాలా ఇష్టం మేడం. నాకు అసలు మ్యారేజ్ చేసుకోవాలనే ఉద్దేశమే లేదు. నేను చదువుకొని పెద్ద పొజిషన్లోని హెల్ప్ చేయాలని అనుకున్నాను. తర్వాత నా పేరెంట్స్ నేను పేపర్లో చూసి మేడం ఇట్లా ఆర్తి హోమ్ది వాళ్ళకి వెళ్ళి కాంటాక్ట్ చేస్తే మా పేరెంట్స్కి మాకు సహాయం.
నువ్వు ఏమనుకుంటున్నావు? ఆడపిల్లలు తల్లిదండ్రులు ఏం చేయాలనుకుంటున్నావు?
వాళ్ళకి మనసులు తెలుసుకొని వాళ్ళకి దానికి తగినట్టు చదివించాలి మేడం. మ్యారేజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు. వాళ్ళకి చదువుకున్నంత వరకు తోడ్పడుతూ ఉంటే, వాళ్ళకి హెల్ప్ చేస్తే, ఇలా గైడెన్స్ ఇస్తూ చదువు పరంగా మ్యారేజ్ చేయకుండా వాళ్ళ కాళ్ళ మీద వాళ్ళు నిలబడేటట్టు చూసుకోవాలి మేడం. ఇప్పుడు మ్యారేజ్ చేస్తే రేపు మీరేదో ఒకటి పేరెంట్స్ ఏదో ఒక ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చి వెళ్ళిపోతే మీరు యాక్సిడెంట్లో తర్వాత వాళ్ళ హస్బెండ్ అతన్ని బయటికి పంపించేస్తే అమ్మాయి ఏం చేయలేదు మేడం. అదే చదువుకుంటే ఏదో చిన్న జాబ్ చేసుకుని అమ్మాయి కాళ్ళ మీద అమ్మాయి నిలబడుకోగలుగుతుంది మేడం.
మొండిగా చదువుతున్నావు ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు?
అవును మేడం, నేను చాలా మొండిగా చదువుతున్నాను మేడం. అసలు నేను చదివేది అసలు ఎవరికి ఇష్టం లేదు మేడం, కానీ నా పట్టుదలతో నేను ఉండాలి ఆడపిల్లలని ఉద్దేశం చాలా గట్టిదనంతో చదువుతున్నాను మేడం.
పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటావా మళ్ళీ?
లేదు మేడం, ఇంకా నాకు మ్యారేజ్ మీద అసలు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేదు మేడం, ముందు నుంచే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేదు. ఇన్ కేస్ చేసుకుంటే మాత్రం నా పిల్లలకి అలాంటి పరిస్థితి రానియను మేడం. వాళ్ళు పెద్ద పొజిషన్లో చదివించి వాళ్ళకి తర్వాత వాళ్ళ ఫ్యూచర్ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తాం మేడం. మ్యారేజ్ ఇష్టం.
నీకు ఆడపిల్ల పుడితే ఏం చేస్తావు?
ఆడపిల్ల పుడితే తప్పకుండా నేను అమ్మాయిని చదివిస్తాను మేడం. ఒకవేళ నాకు చదివించేంత స్తోమత లేకపోయినా కూడా మేడం, నేను పని చేసైనా అమ్మాయిని ఖచ్చితంగా నేను చదివిస్తాను మేడం. అమ్మాయికి గ్యారెంటీగా చదివించి ఆ అమ్మాయి కాళ్ళ మీద నిలబడుకునేటట్లు ఆ అమ్మాయిని చేయగలుగుతాను మేడం.
సో చాలా బాగా వచ్చినాయి మార్కులు నీకు. ఎంత పట్టుదల నీకు. అందరికీ ఏం చెప్తావు నీలాంటి ఆడపిల్లలకి? అందరికీ
నాలాంటి ఆడపిల్లలందరికీ చెప్పేది ఒకటే, మీ పేరెంట్స్ ఫోర్స్ చేసి ఇన్ కేస్ మీ పేరెంట్స్ కూడా మీకు మ్యారేజ్ చేస్తే మీకు వేరే వాళ్ళ హెల్ప్ తీసుకొని అయినా కూడా మ్యారేజెస్ స్టాప్ చేసుకొని మీరు చదువుకుంటే, ఫస్ట్ పట్టుదల ఉంటే కూడా నాకు మ్యారేజ్ అవసరం లేదని చెప్పి మీరు ఏదైనా చేయగలుగుతారు. మీరు గట్టి నమ్మకంతో నేను చదవగలుగుతాను అన్న కాన్ఫిడెన్స్తో ఉంటే ఏదైనా సాధించగలుగుతారు.
ఏదైనా మన మనసులోనే ఉందంటావు.
అవును మేడం.
సో బీద గొప్ప అనేం లేదు, గొప్పోళ్ళు కూడా చదివించారు కదా.
అవును మేడం. మేడం ఎవరైనా ఒకటి మేడం, వాళ్ళు డబ్బులు ఉన్నాయి అవసరం లేదని మాత్రం అది కూడా పొరపాటు మేడం. డబ్బులు ఈరోజు ఉంటాయి రేపు వెళ్ళిపోతాయి మేడం. తర్వాత వాళ్ళు డబ్బులు ఉన్నాయన్న ఉద్దేశంతో చదువుకోకపోతే వాళ్ళు ఏదన్నా బిజినెస్ లాస్ వల్ల వెళ్ళిపోతే, వాళ్ళు చదువు లేకపోతే వాళ్ళు రోడ్డు మీదకి వెళ్తారు మేడం. చదువుకుంటే అది లాస్ అయిపోయినా మీరు ఏదో ఒక జాబ్ చేసుకొని మీరు మీ కాళ్ళ మీద మీరు నిలవగలుగుతారు.
So we need many more asthmas to fight the structure, fight the attitudes. And as I've told you, the first girl, Vishnu, who came because she's the third girl child, is now in the 11th class. And the girl who was on the streets, now she is a radiology technician. The girl who was left just because she was a girl on the first day, now she is in 12th standard. This apart from our children who who left Aarti Home but think Aarti Home is their home. They have been professionals, they have been engineers, management professionals, and they're all settled and they're so happy. And so the success depends upon the opportunity given. And what I would say is, the future, I want to make it a bigger vision. I want to see such conversations spread throughout the country, and with the leadership programs and collaborating with NGOs in India, want to spread awareness and fight foeticide and infanticide and abandonment of girl children. Let us all walk towards this journey. And I thank GWLN for creating such a platform here. Platform to all the leaders, where you can voice your feelings. And through us, through the leaders you have created, we are voicing the feelings of the women and the girls and everyone. Your voice, if the baby in the womb, if the girl in the womb had a voice, she would have said, let me come into this world. If the little girls had a voice, they would have said, don't deprive us of childhood, let us have education. If the women could say, but they cannot say, and we should make them say. If they could say, they would have said, we cannot take it anymore. Enough. They would certainly say. walk together and pause for a moment, for a second, and promise the girls that we would work towards gender equality and make it a reality. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.